Kenneth Copeland has recently come out with his 2025 year prophecy, as well as giving prophecy about the year 2026, 2028, and 2029. Not only did he give these prophecies, he also told his congregation on the exact day and year when he is going to die. Now, that year that he gives is going to be a complete shock to everybody who is listening to this video, considering Kenneth Copeland is currently 88 years old. And so with that being said, let's see these prophecies for these upcoming years.
It seemed good to me and the Holy Ghost that in 2024 we're on victory's shore. And I heard in my spirit, in 2025 the nation will come alive. But now the work only begins, because the time has come to believe we win. 2024 was on victory's shore. 2025, the nation comes alive. 2026 is the big fix. 2028, we go through the gate. 2029, all things will be divine. I don't have 2030 yet.
Now, clearly, these are not prophecies. Kenneth Copeland calls them prophecies. Kenneth Copeland makes it seem like they're prophecies, but they're not. He's just rhyming of words. He's just saying things. There's no details. It's very surface level. So it can't even really be tested. He's just saying words that are meaningless. They're useless. Prophecy is not this. And now we're going to see Kenneth Copeland tell his congregants when he is going to officially die.
I have made an entered covenant with God, and on December the 6th, 2056, I'll see you all later. I'm out of here. 120 years old.
You heard him correctly. 120 years old, 2056, December the 6th. That is his birthday. December 6th is Kenneth Copeland's birthday, and that is when he is going to die, and he has made this covenant with the Lord. So I'm curious, when Kenneth Copeland dies before then, how should we and his listeners, those who follow him, respond to something like that? How can you sit there as a follower and listener of Kenneth Copeland and continue to be a follower and listener to Kenneth Copeland? His foolishness continues to be poured out. And just a side note, guys, this is coming from somebody who has actually had George Pearson, who is the senior pastor of this church, preach at a church that I used to attend multiple times. I've seen this gentleman, George, come and preach at my old church and listen to him. And at the time, I was like, I'm listening to somebody who is a man of God. And thankfully, the Lord brought me out of that and brought me out of this teaching and theology of the Word of faith. And I'm so thankful he did, because the foolishness and the dangerous teaching that is just in this camp needs to be called out. Kenneth Copeland making this statement, saying he's going to live to be 120 years old, is absolutely foolishness. In fact, Kenneth Copeland's body is decaying, and he makes that clear here.
And I got short of breath over in a prison for Mike Barber. Never did have any pain. I could kind of feel that my heart rate was up high. So I got checked, and they said, well, you need a pacemaker. And I said, well, Lord, I'll just get that pacemaker by faith. He said, no. And he used an aviation term with me. He said, you're too far behind the power curve. He said, take the pacemaker by faith. So I prayed over it. So then the doctor had me on the table. They don't put you completely out. They have to build a pouch for this thing. Well, I thought it was going to be about that big. Well, come to find out it was, but the battery's about that big. Yeah. And so I said, well, pacemaker, you belong to me now. That means you belong to God. And you're in a Holy Ghost body. and you're going to work right.
Yes.
Well, it had a defibrillator in it.
I mean, Kenneth Copeland, we just heard, has a pacemaker in him to help his heart beat correctly. And he is 88 years old. Guys, we need to be honest with ourselves. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 16 to 18, make it very clear about our human bodies, our fleshly bodies. It says, therefore, we do not lose heart, even though our outward man is perishing, yet the inward man is being renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, is working for us far more exceedingly an eternal weight of glory, while we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are not seen temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Guys, we are all going to die. Maybe we die of cancer, maybe we die of dementia, or maybe we die of a car accident, or maybe we die peacefully without any sickness or anything wrong with us. Either way, our bodies are going to rot and decay, and we're going to die. We're going to get sick. Those things are going to happen. It is a part of the fall. But it's interesting how a man who, Kenneth Copeland, has built his ministry off of the lies and deception of the word of faith, saying that if you just have enough faith, that you will be healed of all of your afflictions, all of your pain and suffering. How does this make sense with a man who has a pacemaker in his heart, who also has a hearing aid in his ear, who is visually decaying? Fit that into your theology. Let's be honest, it doesn't. And so with that, Kenneth Copeland has made these very surface level prophecies for the upcoming years, and he's made it clear that he made a covenant with God specifically about how he's going to die on December the 6th, 2056, at officially 120 years old. As if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the BTteam Ministry YouTube channel, as well as drop a like and leave a comment. Would love to know your thoughts on this. And if you enjoyed this video, you might like this one over here.